we're here today with Bob Gallegos, a longtime friend and dealer in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And why don't we just start, Bob, and being by you telling us how you met each other.
My recollection of our meeting was probably one of the first times was at the Denver's Merchandise Mart when we had those big shows. And I was always impressed by the amount of things that Bing had and the way he displayed them. And from there I found out he lived in Albuquerque, and then I went to his store on Washington Avenue, and it's been a probably 30-year relationship.
At least 30.
Okay. Bob, what did you grow up around Native American arts and crafts, and when did it become a business?
Actually, I began looking for arrowheads at a very young age in Chimayo, where I grew up, and I've always loved hunting for arrowheads. And then I remember when I was about 17 years old, my mother-in-law suggested that I go out to the Pueblos with her to trade. And she said, you can probably trade the Indians out of their arrowheads, which made perfect sense to me. As it turned out, when we got to the Pueblos, the Indians wanted those arrowheads for ceremony. And so I ended up trading my goods for baskets and potteries, but no arrowheads. And that's actually how I started becoming interested in Native American crafts.
What primarily do you deal in?
Well, to begin with, I liked pottery, but it was contemporary pottery. And then my taste changed, and I went to baskets, and then I went to beadwork, and then I came back to historic pottery. And since then, I've been collecting a little bit of everything.
What makes you love old pots?
Old pottery, I think what I love about it most is just the sculptural aspect of them. But when I was collecting these things, I would find many of these pots in the actual homes of the Indians. So it was a combination of the relationships that I had with certain Indian families, and then those pots being all the more special because I found them and they were using them. And so I think that's kind of why I've always loved pottery.
Do you recall any special pots, any of your favorites up till now?
Back in 1990, I was fortunate to sell a collection of pottery to Morningstar Gallery. And because I got a good price for this collection, I had a little bit of extra money in the bank. And probably the most beautiful, important piece of pottery was offered to me about 2 months after I made the sale. And I remember in 1990, it was $40,000. And I said to myself, well, I sold all my pots, I might as well have at least one good one. So I was able to talk myself into buying it. And this was an incredible pot. And I don't own it anymore, someone talked me out of it. But it wasn't that painful.
Oh, well, that's fortunate.
Yeah.
Would you buy it back today if you had the chance?
Well, depending on the money, absolutely. Yeah.